For us to be great leaders, we need to continually move away from controlling to empowering. Empowering leaders encourage growth, but empowering others is hard work. It takes effort and commitment, but it's so worth it. It's also a biblical, Jesus-following approach that we're all called to, and we need to get this right. What would our band, our worship team, our church, our city look like if we all grew in our ability to be empowering leaders? All right, so we've looked at defining controlling versus empowering leadership. We've looked at why it's important for us. We've looked at some controlling behavior, why we default to controlling behavior. And in this short video, we're going to look at our models for leadership. So who or what should be our model for leadership? Should it be me? I'm doing some videos on empowering versus controlling leadership. Am I suggesting that everyone just tries to lead like I lead? Of course, that's utter nonsense. I would never ask people to use me as their only source for inspiration, for modeling leadership. So no, it's definitely not me that should be our model for leadership, but I hope there's something that can be learned about leadership from me. Should our model for leadership be Matt and Rana, lead elders of the church? I don't think it should be, but there's definitely some things we can learn. Matt is an incredibly empowering leader and he's not controlling, he's very empowering and lots to learn from him. But that's not our ultimate model for leadership. Should our model for empowering leadership be other churches? Should it be Hillsong or Bethel or an NCMI relating church or your previous church? The answer is no. But there's something that we can learn from them about empowering leadership. Should our model for leadership be our marketplace, our jobs, our previous experience in the world? No, there are some terrible leadership models to be learned from other people and some excellent ones. So there are probably some things that you can learn about empowering leadership from the marketplace, from your work experience and elsewhere. So who or what is to be our model for leadership? And it's the obvious one. On the count of three, 1, 2, 3, Jesus, that's it. Jesus should be our model for empowering leadership. Read through the Gospels and see how Jesus led people. He recruited unlikely people that were overlooked by others. He invested in their lives. He trusted them. He developed them. He empowered them. But one of the most important things that Jesus did with those that he empowered was that he asked questions. I think that's a tool that we can take away immediately today is as leaders, to be an empowering leader, we need to ask more questions. Apparently, Jesus only answered 3 questions directly, recording the Gospels, and he asked a ton of questions. I think I read some 147 questions he asked in the Gospels. But I'd encourage us, read through the Gospels and then see how Jesus empowered others. Craig Rochelle says that he can bring out 2 key elements to Jesus' empowering leadership. The first one is that Jesus empowered others by having clear communication. He was crystal clear on the what and the where of the Great Commission. He said, go make disciples of every nation. That's what he said, the what and the where. And the second part of Jesus' empowering leadership was that he demonstrated and gave away genuine trust to others. In that Great Commission, he gave people the freedom as to how they would make disciples. So clear communication and genuine trust. So an example for us might be an MD asking the drummer to build in a certain section of the song. So what's the what? The what is that the MD is asking the drummer for more energy, for building in that section. What's the where and the when? Well, it might be over 4 bars in the bridge. That's the clear communication. But the genuine trust is when, by saying, trusting the drummer on the how, not defining the how to the drummer about how they will add energy or build in that section. The MD might engage the drummer in conversation, ask questions on how they intend to build energy and how they intend to build, but the intent is to empower the drummer. Or another example might be a worship leader asking an MD to sort out the transition between 2 songs in order to create space for free worship. What's the what in that scenario? Well, the what is that the MD is to plan, communicate, and organize the band to play certain chord progressions with a certain feel. And the where or the when is after the first song and before the second song starts. That's the clear communication. The next part is that the worship leader trusts the MD on how they will accomplish that. Maybe the worship leader engages the MD in a conversation, asking questions about how the MD intends to outwork that transition, but the worship leader is seeking to empower the MD in that moment, just as Jesus gave clear communication and gave genuine trust. So that's us looking today at what our model is for empowering leadership. The next couple of videos is going to be looking at some empowering behaviours for us, some practical tools that we can take away to ensure that we move from being controlling leaders to empowering leaders.